Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya
Jai Vishnupada Paramhansa Parivrajakacharya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Sansthapak Acharya Savior of the whole world Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jagranthara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Karthik Month Maha Mahotsav Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So today is actually the day of Karthik Dipavali, the day actual as per the Tithi when Dipavali celebration happened. So So we will discuss something from the pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna, one aspect. And that before that we will chant this beautiful Gopi Git, which is sung in this month in Vrindavan for sure. So this is one verse from the songs which are offered by the Gopis. Gopya uchuhu jayati te dhikam janmana braja shrayata indira saswadatrahi daita drishyatam dikshutavakas Tvai dhritasavas tvam vichinvate Jayati te dhikam janmana braja Shrayata indira saswadatrahi Daita drishyatam dikshutavakas Tvai dhritasavas tvam vichinvate. So this verse is spoken by the gopis in their songs. This comes in the 31st chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. The meaning of this verse is because Lord Krishna appeared in Vraj or Vrindavan, that place has become very glorious. Jayati te dhikam janmana brajaha. Jayati, it has become all glorious. Jayati te dhikam janmana braja. Because of your birth, O Lord Krishna, this place has become very auspicious. Jayati te dhikam janmana braja, Shrayata Indira Saswadatrahi. And Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, always resides here. She never goes from this place. Jayati te dhikam janmana braja, Shrayata Indira Saswadatrahi. Daita drishyatam dikshutavakas, Tvai dhrita savas tvam vichinbate. Daita drishyatam dikshutavakas. Our goal of life, the desired object of our vision is only you, O Lord. Daita drishyatam dikshutavakas, Tvai dhrita savas tvam vichinbate. And we're constantly remembering you. It's only for your sake that your devoted servants maintain our lives. We have been searching up everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us. The reason I chose this verse is basically when we chant, when we hear the glories of the Lord, it becomes a festival for the Lord. The moment the Lord appears in any place, that place becomes glorious. Jayati te dhikam janmana braja. So when we get a chance to hear, when we get a chance to chant the names of the Lord, that place, that is our own mind, becomes glorious. Jayati te dhikam janmana braja, Shrayata Indira Saswadatrahi. Of course, this pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna is something which all of us we know. But there are so many interesting aspects of this one pastime. From different angles one can see and learn how wonderful this pastime is. I thought we'll take just one verse from the Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 9th chapter, 18th verse, where it is in connection with this pastime. So this verse goes like this: Swamatuhu svina gatraya visrashta kavarasrajaha drashtva parishramam krishnaha kripayasit swabandhane. Swamatuhu svina gatraya visrashta kavarasrajaha Drashtva parishramah Krishnaha kripayasit swabandhane. So the translation of this is, because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. And in the purport, Prabhupada writes, when Mother Yashoda and the other ladies finally saw that Krishna, although decorated with many bangles and other jeweled ornaments, could not be bound with all the ropes available in the house, they decided that Krishna was so fortunate that he could not be bound by any material condition. Thus they gave up the idea of binding him. But in competition between Krishna and his devotee, Krishna sometimes agrees to be defeated. Thus Krishna's internal energy, Yogamaya, was brought to work, and Krishna agreed to be bound by Mother Yashoda. So this pastime, if one has to analyze, I chose this one particular verse. Of course, there are countless examples of the intricate mysteries of this pastime, but this particular verse has many interesting aspects. So if you see this, the first thing that I wanted to point you is the word that is used here is swabandhane. Okay, the swamatuhu svinagatraya vishrishta kavarashrajaha drashtva parishramam krishnaha kripayasit swabandhane. The Lord cannot be bound by any of our endeavors, cannot be bound by even Mother Yashoda. The Lord gets bound or purchased by our love and devotion. But these two words, we take it very cheaply. If we have love and devotion in our heart, we can bind the Lord. But what is that love and devotion? Is it out of some sentiment? Actually, the real love comes once one understands the true position of the Supreme Lord. It's not just some cheap thing. The scene which Kunti Maharani sees, Gopi Adade Tvai Kritaga Siddhama Tavat Yate Kalilanjana Sambramaksham Niniya Bhaya Bhavanaya. So it's very bewildering because the fear personified is scared of Krishna, and in this whole pastime there are so many aspects of this one pastime which happened on today, and actually we are so glorious that we are at least getting a chance to get a glimpse of what exactly happened. So it was the Diwali day. Mother Yashoda got up early in the morning. She didn't want to get disturbed because she knows once Krishna gets up, he will disturb her. And even though she had so many maid servants, she wanted to churn butter herself. She chose the best of the cows to churn the butter. And in those first two verses of this Bhagavatam 10th canto 9th chapter, Prabhupada mentions that actually in devotional life, how do you know that somebody is doing his or her service nicely? What is the measure?
He is not expecting the appreciation in return.
Okay.
They are absorbed in the service even when no one is looking.
Okay.
Begin to understand the scriptures better. Knowledge becomes revealed to the extent of better service.
Okay. Lord is pleased. How do you know? Lord will give feedback? Authorities. Who is the authority for Mother Yashoda? So one of the ways of seeing how nicely we are engaging in devotional service, as mentioned in that purport, that verse is, how much attention we are paying to the details. Often when some devotional service comes, there was a commentary which I was seeing, which I was reading. It's mentioned that, sometimes we want to delegate it, we want to get it done, or it's not like delegation is bad, but what exactly you are doing? She got up and she knew that she had her maid servants, but she personally wanted to, of course she had gotten so many complaints that Krishna is going and stealing butter from different houses. So she wanted to make the best butter for Krishna from the choicest cows, Padmagandha cows. They are the special cows who are fed a special kind of grass, and that milk is very fragrant. So one of the most important aspect of doing devotion, because devotional service is not an activity. It's an activity. It's an expression of our love and sincerity, and that is shown by how much attention we are paying to details. Sometimes something superficially, something we do and we go, and we think we have done. But Mother Yashoda, this is what Prabhupada mentions. Mother Yashoda, by her example, is showing how important it is to pay attention to the details. So she was churning, and Prabhupada, as Prabhupada was mentioning also, while she was churning butter, her mind, her body, everything was involved, but she was also singing the glories of Krishna. She was remembering those glories, those pastimes of Krishna, how Krishna killed all those demons, and she was completely absorbed in this. And in spiritual world, everything is Chetan, everything is conscious. So her bangles thought that Mother Yashoda is remembering Krishna, so why not, we also assist her in making a melodious sound. So the bangles were getting, there was a sound which was coming out, chan chan, chan chan, whatever. Her earrings were also vibrating, and that is also adding to that melody. And she had kept her feet and she was trying to do something, so the anklets that she was wearing, they were also participating in that kirtan. She was completely absorbed and she wanted to do it. It is a Diwali day and she wanted to do something for Krishna. And Krishna comes and he realized that Mother Yashoda is not there next to him. He comes out and he holds the churning rod. So that holding of churning rod itself by Krishna is mentioned as a sign of, the Acharyas give so many commentaries on that, so many kinds of commentaries. Why did Krishna hold the churning rod? So the details of that is very, very interesting. But one of the simplest things which the Acharyas, one of the Acharyas comment is, Krishna held the churning rod so that if you want to gain that attention of someone who's busy in some activity, which is the most pivotal thing, if that churning rod is stopped, the whole activity is coming to a halt. And Krishna, being supremely intelligent, he holds, because he says that I need you. I mean, you have to pay attention to me. I'm hungry. I need to be breastfed. And seeing Mother Yashoda, seeing Krishna, Mother Yashoda is having so much of emotion. Actually, in Bhakti, in Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami mentions the hierarchy of people in Vatsalya Rasa, and in number 1 position comes Yashoda Mai. There are other, number 2 is Nanda Maharaj, 3rd is Rohini, Devaki comes around 5th or 6th. So like that it is given. So Mother Yashoda is having so much of affection just seeing Krishna, that Krishna, now okay, he's become very intelligent and he's coming, and out of love, milk is coming out of her breasts, and she takes Krishna and she starts feeding Krishna the milk. At that time, when that is happening, and there is an exchange of loving emotions between Krishna and Yashoda, Mother Yashoda is just looking at Krishna, and Krishna is looking at Mother Yashoda, and there is constantly their devotion to each other is growing. Yashoda means who is supposed to give yasha or fame to the Lord. But here in this pastime, the Lord is trying to glorify Mother Yashoda, her love. It's not just ordinary woman. So while all these things are happening, the milk which was getting boiled from that choicest 8 cows, the Padmagandha cows, they were about to spill. They were about to spill, and that sound or noise, whatever was coming out, Mother Yashoda thought, I should attend to that. In that one thought that she had, there are so many commentaries which are given. Why did Mother Yashoda think like that? Was it right or not? Actually, these are all very relishable things. These are not some this thing. But anyway, she decided to go and attend to that milk. Of course, there is the milk also in spiritual world is conscious, and the milk were thinking to themselves, what is our fortune? Mother Yashoda has already fed Krishna. Krishna is not going to take this milk. He is already satisfied with that milk. So let us better, there's no this thing in our life, better commit suicide. So they were jumping off from the pot. So like that it was happening, and then Mother Yashoda goes and attends to that milk. And in the meantime, Krishna gets very angry because one of the acharyas comment that, I came all the way from Kshirodakashayi ocean, the ocean of milk, and for some little milk that she is boiling, she is keeping me aside here and going to attend that. What does she think of him? What does she think of herself? So Krishna took a stone and broke that pot from the bottom, so that the whole butter and everything comes out of it. And when that happened, Krishna, the Lord who exhibited those wonderful pastimes of Vamanadev, of expanding his one leg and completing the whole universe, in that moment he is thinking that I should not step on this butter which is lying. I should jump over so that Mother Yashoda doesn't get to know that I have done this. But when he jumps, he falls directly on that butter. And he walks, and in all those places his footprints are there. And he goes to the storehouse where all those butters, the yogurt and other things are stored, makes a mess out of it. And then he's sitting and having this butter and distributing it to the monkeys on the mortar. Mother Yashoda comes and sees that the whole thing is a mess. Imagine, this is a Diwali day. She has planned to make sweets. She is personally churning butter for Krishna, where she has heard so many complaints that Krishna goes and steals. And all these things are going on. And then when she sees that Mother Yashoda, that Krishna is feeding these monkeys from somewhere, she finds a stick and comes. And I want to teach a lesson to Krishna today. Seeing actually Krishna's back was towards Mother Yashoda. The monkeys were facing towards Krishna. They could see that Mother Yashoda is coming with a stick and they ran away. Seeing the fear in their eyes, Krishna could realize that, okay, now Mother Yashoda has come with the stick, and immediately Krishna started running. And Mother Yashoda is chasing. And then in that connection, this verse which comes, Swamatuhu Spinagatraya Vishrishta Kavarashrajaha Drashtva Parishramam Krishna Kripaya Sit Swabandhane. Mother Yashoda is running, Krishna is trying to chase and capture Krishna. And Krishna, who can capture Krishna? My God. By his fear, the sun and the moon are coming, the rain is falling, the wind is blowing. That Krishna, Mother Yashoda is trying to capture. So Krishna runs out of the palace, comes to the open space. Mother Yashoda is not giving up, and all these things are going on. Finally, somehow Krishna agrees to be captured. And Mother Yashoda caught hold of Krishna. And now Mother Yashoda is trying to bind. She wants to teach a lesson to Krishna by binding him to the mortar. And whatever rope she had, she has tried to use it, and it is falling short by 2 fingers. Right? And those 2 fingers represent our endeavor and mercy of the Lord. Now, that is the context. Now you see how many interesting aspects are there in this one verse which I was trying to highlight here. First thing which is used here is Swabandhane. Who can bind Krishna? Krishna can only bind himself. Only when the Lord desires to be bound, that he can be bound. Okay, Swabandhane. And in another way, the Acharyas comment that the Lord does not see Mother Yashoda separate from him, because she has got so much of devotion, so much of intimacy with Krishna, and that Krishna is feeling she is part of me. The Lord doesn't see Mother Yashoda separate from him. We get up in the morning and we want to see what is the news going on in our lives. Okay, somebody is killed, somebody is hijacked, some plane is crashed, some things. This is what we get up and we hear what's going on in the world. But in Vrindavan, when these gopis, they get up, their question is, what is the latest news? That means what's going on in Nanda Baba's house today? What is Krishna doing today? So that is how they're all eager. There is nothing, this thing, but their whole goal, the moment they get up, the consciousness is what's going on. This is what actually happens even in Vrindavan. In the real Vrindavan, the gopis, when they get up, their whole this thing is what's going on in Nanda Baba's, what's happening to Krishna, what is new today. That's what they're thinking. And they got to know that today is Diwali and Mother Yashoda is trying to capture Krishna, and she's trying to bind him with the mortar. So everybody came there. And they are seeing from a distance, and they are seeing and they are looking at Mother Yashoda endeavoring hard, and they are thinking, they are talking amongst themselves that today it is not in Krishna's destiny to be tied. Because Mother Yashoda, imagine, she had 9 lakh cows. Initially when she tried to bind Krishna, she was using some small rope, something from her hair, some ribbon, and she was trying to bind, and it was falling short. Then all the ropes that she had, she used it. They also got exhausted. She asked other gopis who were standing, and they asked them that, why don't you give me some ropes? And they all brought, and every time she was tying and she was trying to tie Krishna, it is falling 2 fingers short. So they were saying it is not in Krishna's destiny to be tied today. It's not there. Otherwise, she would have been able to do this. Some gopis are saying his friends are here. Right? How Mother Yashoda is thinking that she will bind Krishna today? Her friends are there in front of her, in front of his friends. He would never like to be bound by Mother Yashoda. No matter what you try today, you are not going to succeed. They are thinking like that about Mother Yashoda. Then, but Krishna, what is his intention? Why Krishna is not allowing himself to be bound? The Acharyas mentioned that Krishna is thinking that I will come back unto your lap. See, he Krishna is thinking that I want to go back to Mother Yashoda. She didn't feed me in the morning. She was holding me so dearly. And he still wants to go back to Mother Yashoda. And actually, when Mother Yashoda holds, the first time when Krishna sees Mother Yashoda with the stick, Krishna was so fearful. And seeing that Mother Yashoda threw that stick away and embraces Krishna. And it is mentioned that the perspiration which is mentioned over here of Mother Yashoda, that perspiration is giving a fragrance of a guru. And Krishna wanted to hear her heartbeat. The heartbeat of Mother Yashoda, which is always beating for Krishna. He goes close to Mother Yashoda's heart and hearing how Mother Yashoda is so absorbed in Krishna's this thing. And even though it is perspiration externally, but it is giving, because of the intensity of devotion, because of the constant chanting of Mother Yashoda. And Krishna wanted to enjoy that. Actually, even before that, the description of Mother Yashoda, which is given in Bhagavatam, is that Mother Yashoda was having some malati flowers. She had decorated her malati flowers. So she was not giving up. She was running, perspiring, and this malati flowers also on her head, because they are all conscious in spiritual world. They became two groups. One of the groups was from Mother Yashoda's side, and the other group was Krishna's side. So the one from Mother Yashoda's side, they were thinking, oh, Mother Yashoda is working so hard, she's trying so much, why should we unnecessarily act as a burden? Let's fall down. So one group of them is falling down. The other group, which is from Krishna's side, they are thinking, what a bad day for Krishna. Mother Yashoda doesn't look like giving up. If Krishna gets bound, what is it? What is our this thing in looking at Krishna being bound? Let's fall down. They are also falling down. But anyway, finally Krishna, when he allows to be bound, Mother Yashoda binds. And very interestingly, this word which is used by Sukadev Goswami in narrating this pastime, which I will come to this, can you guess how much time Mother Yashoda would have tried to bind the Lord? Couple of hours. 10 times. 10 times of?
Trying to...
Which is 10 times? No, she had so many ropes and she's been trying. I'm saying, what is the time? How long?
4-5 hours.
4-5 hours.
Until dusk, I think, yeah.
Until dusk. Until dusk is the right answer. So actually, she got up early in the morning from the time of Mangalarti or before that. She wanted to finish before Krishna gets up. From that time till the evening, till the dusk. This whole thing, she could bind him only at the time of evening. She's trying so hard. This word is used by, Sukadev Goswami, the word that he is using before that, actually the Acharyas mentioned what she experienced was exhaustion, failure and criticism, because those gopis are laughing at her. What are you trying to do? Babri hai kya? I mean, how will you bind Krishna? Unless he allows to be bound, you can't. And they are just making fun of her. Exhaustion, failure and criticism. Right? And the word which Sukadev Goswami used here is Drishtva Parishramam Krishna. Krishna sees this word Parishramam. Parishramam. Parishramam means, Pari means from all angles, in every way, at all times. How much we are ready to endeavor for the Lord. Some chanting we do, something we do, then as per our understanding, if we don't see the tangible result in our lives, we give up. Right? From all angles, in every way, at all times. Drishtva Parishramam Krishna. There can be criticism, there can be failures, there can be exhaustion. But Mother Yashoda didn't give up. This is what is called determination. Determination is the key. There are so many examples, countless examples of this. Sanatana Goswami, even though he was very old, he never stopped doing the parikrama of Govardhan. even at the very fag end of his life. Even though he was requested that you are so old, you're not supposed to. But he continued. Haridas Thakur, when he was about to die, he was having disease, he was old, his body was frail, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested him not to chant. Why are you doing this? He said, my only disease is I'm not able to complete my rounds. He's an Amacharya. Parishramam, Drashtva Parishramam Krishna. In all our lives, in our respective lives, we see how much we are attached to our comforts, bodily, mentally, emotionally, physically. Everything, if it is taken care, if there is time, we will come. Krishna saw Drashtva Parishramam Krishna. Paribrajaka Acharya, we say Om Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimad Paribrajaka Acharya. Paribrajaka means who has traveled all over the world. Parityaga, to give up completely renouncing. Parivartana, complete transformation. Pariprashna, asking from all angles. So Drashtva Parishramam Krishna. It's not just some few years, these things of our chanting, which is inattentive, and we give up. We feel I have got something else to do, and so many distractions, so many excuses. In the first purport itself of the verse which I was mentioning, Prabhupada mentions so much about rising early in the morning, Brahma Muhurta. For most of us it is very difficult, and we feel we have got other responsibilities I may not be able to do, but look at Mother Yashoda. Drashtva Parishramam Krishna. What happens if you do this parishram? Because the rope was falling 2 fingers short. The first one is parishrama. Endeavor is not small, not some small this thing. And we can't say, Lord, jab mercy karenge. Lord bestows His mercy when she sees that there is a sincere endeavor from the sadhaka's point of view. Drashtva Parishramam Krishna. The next thing, something related to what we are discussing. Does anybody know how many wheels the chariot of Lord Jagannath have? Eight. 108. So the name of the Ratha of Lord Jagannath is called Nandi Ghosh, and it has got 16 wheels. Okay, you can count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 4, 12, 4, 16. Baladev's Ratha has got 14 and Subhadra's has got 12 wheels. The 16 wheels of Lord represent the 16 energies that he has. So when Mother Yashoda is trying to bind Krishna, all the energies of Krishna is trying to prevent. Because Krishna is not just omniscient, he is also omnipresent. Somebody who is omnipresent is trying to be bound by somebody, is trying to be restricted by someone in one place. And the other energies of Krishna, they are not allowing. But then there is another energy of Krishna that is called the mercy energy, Kripa Sakti. Drashtva Parishramam Krishna. When Krishna saw Mother Yashoda is endeavoring so much, she's trying, Krishna's heart got melted. And Krishna's heart, when it gets melted, Krishna allows. Krishna sometimes allows to get defeated by his devotees, and he experiences a new rasa in that. So like that, in our life also, right? We have so many attachment to our comforts, so many this thing. What we should learn from this pastime is not to give up at any cost, and go past those, trying from all angles, in all times, in all possible ways, from all angles, in every way, at all times. Then Krishna's mercy comes on us. it's not that easy to get out of this material world. It's not that easy. And mercy is not a cheap thing. Bhagavan ka mercy, it doesn't come just like that. We have to make ourselves deserving of the recipient of the mercy of the Lord. For that it requires parishrama. I have to be very serious with my Mangalarti. I have to be very serious with my sadhana. Madhubani Prabhu, recently when he was having the meeting, he was telling, lousy japa is a lousy day. You start your day and you don't finish your japa in the morning hours, then it's a lousy day. Your consciousness is dragged. It has impact on everything that we do. How attentive I am, how serious I am about this. So parishramam. Drashtva parishramam Krishna. We come casually, jaman kiya, nahi kiya. How does it matter? So Krishna also is like that. But when Krishna sees the sincere endeavor in our life, when Krishna sees that this person is genuinely trying, then the Kripa Sakti becomes, it just naturally comes out. And that Kripa Sakti overpowers Krishna. The Aishwarya becomes completely negligible. And the intimacy or the Madhurya becomes prominent. And then Krishna allows to get bound. There are more intricacies of this pastime, but I thought this one thing, if we take it on this day of Diwali, when actually this pastime happened, and it is so glorious that we, at least whatever you could hear, it may not have affected, it may not, you may not have even realized what has done this just hearing this, sitting here for half an hour, what difference it would have made. It makes a huge difference. It goes in our transcendental bank account and gets deposited, that we got a chance. Actually, in the Shruti Phala, the next chapter, it is mentioned, somebody was hearing this on the day of Karthik, on the day of Deepavali, when actually this pastime happened. It's eternal credit. Drashtva parishramam Krishna. But just that eternal credit is not enough unless we take it very seriously. One of the names of the Lord is Bhayapaha. Yashyam Vaishruyamanayam Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktir Utpadyate Pumsa Soka Moha Bhayapaha. He eradicates the fear inside our hearts. Yashyam Vaishruyamanayam. When we pay attention, when we hear Yashyam Vaishruyamanayam Krishne Paramapurushe. It's not about some ordinary person, something, okay, today let's talk about Gladstone, or Churchill, or somebody, I don't know. No, it's Paramapurushe. Yashyam Vaishruyamanayam Krishne Paramapurushe. Paramapurushe. The all transcendental person, supreme person. Bhakti Utpadyate Pumsa. Then in the heart, bhakti sprouts for him. And then Soka Moha Bhayapaha. The background music which goes on in everybody's life. Soka, lamentation for the past. Moha, illusion for the present. And Bhaya, for the future. Fear of the future. Fear of the unknown. Fear of what's going to happen. And lamentation for things that we couldn't do, couldn't achieve. And illusion about the knowing that what is the right thing gets completely eradicated. So we will close with the chanting of the verse that I spoke in the beginning, which is the song by the gopis. Jayati te dhikam janmana braja Shrayata indira saswadatrahi Daita drishyatam dikshutavakas Tvaidhrita sabas tvam vichinvate Jayati te dhikam janmana braja श्रयत इंदिरा सस्वदत्र हि दैत दृश्यतां दिक्षुतावकाश त्वयि धृता सवस त्वां विचिन्वते जयति तेऽधिकं जन्मना व्रज श्रयत इंदिरा सस्वदत्र हि दैत दृश्यतां दिक्षुतावकाश त्वयि धृता सवस त्वां विचिन्वते यशोदा मई की, यशोदा दामोदर की, कार्तिक मन महामहोत्सव की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।